If you've been following RiskMap for the past few years, you know that control risks was one of the first voices to describe the vast transformation in modern geopolitics and how this ongoing revolution in global affairs will change the way business and politics interact. For 2019, that transformation will continue uninterrupted. It may even accelerate. There is very little time to mourn the system that gave us globalization and the enticing promise of seamless markets and friction-free commerce. We still don't know the end game, where this transformation will come to rest, and what the new global geopolitical configuration will look like. Take your eye off the pace and the direction of change at your peril. Beware that the system that brought us unprecedented and almost uninterrupted peace and prosperity may not be here forever. Maintaining that peace and prosperity is going to be increasingly difficult in the years to come. In 2019, many businesses will, by design or by accident, become political and diplomatic actors exceeding the level of the nation state. Business will not always wear this mantle comfortably. But while we watch the world of geopolitics evolve, let's not lose sight of a factor no less critical for business in the coming year. What happens on the ground every day in our most far-flung markets and on our home turf will be just as important as the loftier world of international relations. Bear in mind two things. First, while you're pondering whether the world is going from bipolar to multipolar to completely demagnetized, your local tax inspector is pondering whether he or she should visit your office unannounced. Geopolitics is critical, but it's only half the story. More to the point, perhaps, is the story of geopolitics for the past half a century has been primarily a North-North story, engraved in the outcome of the Second World War. That story will not tell you too much about Africa. It doesn't say that much either about today's India, and it falls short in explaining what's happening in countries like Brazil or Indonesia. That we even talk about these countries today is the result of globalization, the part of the system now in turmoil. These markets travel closely, but for the time being separately, to the emergence of a new political order. If there is anything that brings the North and the South closer together, it's China, and that country's plan to wrap a belt around the world from Beijing to Bulawayo and back again, and pull it tight. On the topic of China, the battle to rebalance the world's economic superpowers will be one of the factors determining where geopolitics takes us in the years to come. So you can worry legitimately about the trajectory of the trade war between the United States and China as these two nations seek to forge a new economic equilibrium. But in parallel to the US and China's intercontinental rivalry, China has a second strategy, including the breakneck development of artificial intelligence and quantum computing, that tells us even more about business and politics in the Middle Kingdom. Securing the future of your business in China has less to do with Donald Trump's Make America Great Again campaign and more, much more to do with the Made in China 2025 program of Xi Jinping. Most of the risks that will emerge in China in the coming year are, in fact, made in China. In 2019, do what you can to monitor and even steer the emergence of a new world order, but don't expect it to emerge suddenly or in sharp focus in the coming year. Stay tuned on that, while staying attuned to what's happening on the ground beneath your feet.